Hey there, Scorpio. It's Jen here from tarotspirit.net. How are you guys doing? This is your July 2019 tarot reading. Sorry it's late. I've had family here. So really quick, this just a couple astrological highlights. I already missed the because I'm doing these late. July 2nd, we have the new moon total solar eclipse in Cancer. But on the 16th, we have the full moon partial lunar eclipse in Capricorn. So wrapping up some really big detail-oriented projects. Things like, you could have been selling a house and moving, big project at work, school, anything, any sort of big. Maybe you're completing your tarot deck. It's interesting. There's a few Kickstarters going, which I need to sign up for. People getting their tarot decks out there. So it might be a good. You might see a lot of people launching things. Yes, it is Mercury in retrograde starting on the 7th. But, back your stuff up and give yourself extra time to travel and life will go on. All right, you ready to get going? Let's do this. Ace of Pentacles. I love this card. This Page of Wands now has shown itself. You're my third reading, but because I very selfishly always do Sag first because I'm a Sag Sun rising, Libra second because I'm a Libra moon, and Scorpio because I have a crap load of planets in Scorpio. It's very selfish. Page of Wands, a new influx of energy. Could be new work, new message about work, new money, but a new influx of energy, motivation, inspiration. So I feel like that's what this eclipse season is doing. It's putting things, ending some things so that all of a sudden we have this influx of new time and energy. This is a new job, it's beautiful. It's a new phase of life. It's like stepping through this portal in the universe, allowing something to come in. So the theme so far has been where you're running up against resistance, like continued resistance and negativity and barriers. That's the universe of saying, go a different direction. I'm offering you something over here if you just look for it. And it's going to open up so many new doors to you in the long run than trying to continually force that square peg in the round hole. Look at what I'm offering you. Step into this new way of life. New health. It's cool. New job, new health, new spiritual beginning. So something like changing how your day-to-day life is, like getting up and running in the morning, meditating in the morning, yoga. This came up for Libra, protection, like cleansing your home, clearing your space, decluttering, moving. Maybe you pay too much rent and you want to do things, but your house poor. Finding a new living situation. Your neighbors suck. Your space is just dark and not what you want. You can't have a garden. Something, moving. Make a change. Move if you're not happy. If things aren't working, like make that change to change the things that you can to make it better. Let's see what's going on here. 6 of Cups. Some of you could be moving home, running into someone from your past. Simple. Keep it simple. We already have an ace, so it's simple. A simple new beginning. If you're starting, like if you have a new idea, let's say you're going to create a tarot deck. Find a really simple theme, a really simple goal or mission statement or whatever it is for your project, for your life, for your relationships, for your home, for like what's the most simplest important thing, and use that as your inspiration and stick to it. Like write down, let's say your goal right now is to get healthy. not a weight, like lose the do whatever you want, however you want, but instead of focusing on, oh my God, I have to lose this much weight, focus on what's your goal behind that, to get healthier, to feel better about yourself, to feel lighter. Like, I think needing to shed some baggage, some things, maybe you hold on to things, maybe it's control. Boy, we Scorpios are controlling. Let it go. Like, only, like, you don't have to worry about everything. There's this podcast I listen to that I just love called Bob and Sherry, and they're just fun and light. I've been listening to them for, I don't even know, a long time, over 15 years. So you get to know them and their personalities and the inside jokes and stuff like that. And they always have this joke that Bob is such a nervous flyer. And they're like, oh, if Bob's on the plane, you don't have to worry because he's monitoring and worrying about everything you could imagine. So you don't have to, you can just sit back and relax because he's got, the worrying covered. But it's like, it's time to sit back and relax and let other people worry about things. Like, you don't have to be the hall monitor 1000% of the time. Like, keep it simple. Keep it simple. Smell the roses. Empress. Yeah, I feel like you guys are creating something. So here's the energy, and her energy is not to force and control, but to encourage and support. Like, be there if the project, to like sort of gently guide and support, but not to demand a certain framework. And this is the way, like keeping it organic. Oh, so you may want to do something with flowers, a farm, planting organic. Yeah, being able to plant seeds, get your hands in the soil. Meditation, a retreat. Maybe some of you are going to go on a retreat. Quiet time, quieting the mind, letting things go. This is, again, simple. Breathe. Focus on your breathing. Look there's a timer. There's this. It's like taking time. There's also a raven. I kind of love ravens. He's probably supposed to be dead, but that's not how I read this card. No one does. Spirit. Be taking the time to listen to spirit in yourself. I think sometimes we barricade ourselves with stress and busy work, like having to have everything a certain way, because it allows us to ignore the bigger picture issue. So instead of worrying about all these teeny tiny little things to distract your mind, clearing your mind and dealing with the one major thing, like you can't relax, you have anxiety. How can you deal with your anxiety? Instead of the anxiety, I have, you know what I mean? Saying, instead of like, well, I have anxiety about this, I have anxiety. It's like, no, I have anxiety. Okay. That's okay. We all do. We all struggle with that. Maybe you do more than others. What's the simple things you can do? Like meditation, art, channeling it, but keep it simple. Don't start adding a story around it. Judgment. Yeah, making a decision to deal with something. This is also a lot of divine timing coming in these readings this month about, again, where you're feeling resistant. There's a reason. Either you need a different approach, but if you feel like you've truly tried all different approaches, then letting it go. And I feel like once I stop trying to force things, it's amazing how fast like things work out. Like it's just sort of magical. Four of Wands. This is a wedding, a celebration, a strong foundation. a milestone in life. So these are graduations, births, marriages, anniversaries, getting new jobs, buying your first house, any of those big milestones in life that then set you up for um, another new milestone. So you may hear that someone gets engaged or go to a wedding or is pregnant or something like that. Two of Pentacles, here's our busyness, trying to keep busy. You gotta keep busy, I gotta keep busy. Like, did it ever occur to us to just, wait out the storm? No, I still gotta do stuff. I still gotta go through the storm. Do we? Do you? Do we? I don't know. You have to think about it. Everything can't always be an emergency. Yeah, once you let go, you have victory. Success. But the success, so here's a real homecoming card again. These two sixes, the Six of Cups and the Six of Wands. So you may be going home. Let's keep reading. Seven of Wands, being defensive. So there's a difference. So really being careful about the difference between defending yourself and being defensive. If you feel like you're always defending yourself, you're probably being defensive and adding a story to things that isn't there. Like, you know how we do that? We add a whole backstory. Well, they're doing this because of this, this, and this. It's like, probably they're not even thinking about you, except for the fact that you're always fucking defensive about shit. Or you can be around someone that's doing this. So the best thing is just to leave them alone. Leave them, let it go. Like, you don't have to defend everything and anyone and everything. Like, it's not, again, Bob's on the plane. He's worrying. Like, someone else can worry about it. Like, just make sure you're worrying and expending energy about things that you truly need to. Because remember, you need to be doing all this. You have all this creative, more important stuff to do. So, like, something you used to love doing as a child, finding a way to do that as an adult, as a career, or just getting back into an activity that you loved as a child, and you love swimming, start swimming. I don't particularly love doing laps, but going to, you can find ways to go swimming, just to be in the water, go to a lake, go to the ocean, take a bath, take cleansing salt baths, do a lot of protection work and letting go. And this full moon partial lunar eclipse in Capricorn, wrapping things up and letting things go, which is going to, again, allow an influx of new energy. Yeah, transformation. Something that there's with these two together, I always feel like you get to a point where you're just like, what does Liz Gilbert say? Something like, I should have these quotes. I wonder if I can find it. Basically, you got to get sick of your own shit before you can make the changes necessary in your life. Somewhere I have saved. Probably have it in my saved quotes. Okay, this is taking too long. Anyway, she has a great quote that basically says, first you kind of get to a point where you're like sick of stressing about things or worrying, you're sick of your own crap, and then you can change. So I feel like you're sick of being Bob on the plane and you're sick of trying to control everything because it's exhausting, and you're like, I just see you like taking a deep breath and letting go and stepping through this new way of living where you're going to release. And it's almost like somehow this control is wrapped up in like caring and being giving. But I think, I don't know, I just, with this defensive card, it's like, I think things like the perception and how things are coming out, like it's, let it go. Like stop trying to control everything and focus on simple things, focus on your things, and focus on this beautiful new beginning and all your creativity that's going to come from not expending energy, worrying about everything, like Bob on the plane. And there's going to be some beautiful times with children, with family. It's going to be really successful for you to do that, to meditate, to clear your head. But what has to it has to transform at a very deep level. So it has to be something you're truly committed to, and only you can truly be committed to losing that weight or getting healthy. Right? We said we were going to get healthy. Decluttering, setting your life up for success and peace and being grounded, getting your hands in the soil, so to speak, and releasing those things to the universe that are not yours to control. There's very little we can control but our own behavior. And have we been spending enough time on our behavior or focusing on other people's? This is a big one for me. When the death card comes, as everyone always uses, but it's the best metaphor, is that the caterpillar turns into the butterfly. It doesn't die. So this is not a literal card, but that butterfly will never go back to being the caterpillar. It has transformed, and there's just no going back, which is good. Like it's like you have to. I guess it would be like someone with a bad addiction, like living their life of sobriety. They need to set their life up for success and sobriety. So setting yourself up. So if you're really like, who knows, maybe you have OCD, maybe you have, so getting therapy, having an objective person to really talk to and figure things out and getting a plan, like being like this card is being super practical about making the changes, really learning how to meditate or do something that allows you to clear your mind. Just doing something really simple like that, but profound. Like, yes. So that's the whole thing, right? Yeah, that Page of Wands, this influx of energy. Doing this, getting to the very root cause of whatever is making you feel like the hamster on the wheel, and tackling that at the root, and it will transform your whole life. Yeah. All right, Scorpio. Have a wonderful July. Take care.